Alright, so we working on the '06 Cat Eye. I had kind of forgot to start recording, but today we just replacing the head unit. So I got the dash popped off right here, and it's very simple. Like I said, I forgot to start recording, but you just literally grab it and it pop out. Make sure your steering wheel is all the way down, and then you just want to hold your brake, drop your gear shift all the way down to 1, and then it literally just slide out. And then there's 3 7mm bolts, one right there, one right there, one right there. Take those out, and then your old head unit it literally just slide right out. You go ahead and disconnect your cables. Now this one did already have an aftermarket radio in it, so it already had stuff like this adapter, which I bought one, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one, because if this one fits the new radio that I got, then I can just reuse this one and return the one that I got and get my money back. You get what I'm saying? This series, I guess it was already installed. That's what these is. You really only need this. This is your factory harness that came out of the factory radio, and then your antenna. Everything else will wire up inside. Hopefully, this is my first time doing this, so hopefully we get it right. And then I don't know, the new radio I got do say that it has a Sirius XM integration, and I mean, since it's already in here, I mean, if everything fit, I guess I'll just end up putting it back in. I mean, I don't use satellite radio, but like I said, since it's already in there, if it fit, why not? If it don't fit, then we'll probably just end up removing this up out of here. So we'll see how it go. Let me show y'all the radio, and then we'll get into the wiring. All right, so this is that old unit that I took out of there. It's a single DIN, but with a double DIN mount. So I'm getting some on there that got, a screen on it. I can add my backup camera, use my Apple CarPlay. So that's the old one. The new one is gonna be this Boss Audio Elite with so my cigarette lighters don't work either, so I don't have a way to charge my phone, if I need to use my GPS or something like that. So this got the USB-C on the front that doubles as a charger, and then it also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's gonna be pretty convenient. This is the old wiring that I took out. You see, this that old wiring harness. This how they had it wired up. This, like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I'm gonna try to, this is the new one. Well, this goes to the head unit, and then this is the actual harness that plugs into the truck. So we're gonna try to get this wired up to this, plugged into this, and then back into the truck. This old wire harness also had this hooked up to it. Scotch 2000 and nub General Motors factory radio replacement interface with warning chime. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to look this up and see what exactly this is, because I really don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna look that up, see if it's something that I need. I'm guessing that's what makes the doors ding once you put the aftermarket radio in. But like I said, I'm gonna look it up. Maybe it's something that's already integrated in this one, because this was an older one. So we'll see. This the microphone that come with the new head unit. So we have Bluetooth and everything. We can, talk on the phone or whatever we need to do. So we'll get that mounted up as well. So let's get to it, man. Let's see if we can get this figured out. It should just be simple. It should just be plug and play. From the research I've been doing, is just you color match yellow to yellow, black to black, green to green, red to red, so on and so forth. These have some they already pre-spliced, so that'll be easy. And then some of them also have caps already, so I should just be able to plug them in, and hopefully we do well, and hopefully we have us a new head unit and the Cat Eye. let's get into it, try to get this wired up, see what we can come up with. So one thing I wanted to try was to see if this is the adapter that was already in there. Like I said, they already had an aftermarket radio. And this adapter does fit. So I could have used it, but I was looking at my receipt. It was only a couple bucks for the new one. And this one is a little bent anyway, so, you know, why not just use the new one? This is the new one that came with the kit. As you can see, it also fit in there. This one actually fit a little bit more snug anyway. So we'll just go ahead and use that one. But yeah, let's get to the wiring. All right, so I got my harness wired up. Hopefully I did it right. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. I did leave a couple of these capped off for when I add my front camera, my backup camera, and there's something else. There's one other one that I left out. But yeah, so I got it hooked up. I compared it to this old interface here with the ding, and they actually have this like wired into this harness. So I'm gonna skip that. And then I also realized that the Sirius XM input on the new radio is different than the one on the old radio. So that ain't gonna work either, which is fine. I'm not tripping. And then again, this is for when I hook up my rear camera input, my front camera input, my microphone input, and then of course the Apple CarPlay. So got the harness done. Let's go ahead and at this point it should be plug and play if I plugged everything up right. And if I crimped everything together correctly, should be plug and play at this point. So let's get our new antenna. Let's get our harness, our new head unit. Go ahead and get it installed. See if it works. We'll go ahead and get our connector plugged in. And then we'll plug in our head unit, cut it on, make sure it works. If it worked, then we'll go ahead and get our mount on and get it zipped up. All right, let's get to it. All right, so here is the moment of truth. Let's see. And it did not cut on. So we'll go back to the drawing board and try to figure it out. All right, so I did get everything wired up, but so I was watching some videos. So I had it plugged in a couple times and it wasn't getting power. So what I did was I took out the HVAC control and I tapped into well, I got all these wires right here now. You know, it's gonna be way neater when I install, but essentially I had to tap into this AC wire, which is the brown wire that goes into the back of this harness right here for the AC control. And I connected the accessory directly from the back of the radio to the AC. And now when you give it power, the radio will come on. So let's just make sure we got some volume. Oh, well, it'll probably help if I plugged in the adapter. So let me get this plugged in. It's just a 3.5 millimeter jack plugged straight into the back of the radio. And then that'll give you your FM channel. So let's get that plugged in and make sure we got sound. Once we make sure we got sound, then we'll go ahead and get this installed, zip everything back up, and we'll be done. All right, so we got the antenna plugged in for the radio. Now let's see what we got. All right, we got sound. Let's go ahead and get it zipped back up, then we good to go. All right, so I went ahead and tested the unit. The Apple Play worked. Audio is coming out. So now the only thing left to do is get the mount in, and then get everything zipped back up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just compare it to this mount and see which holes I need to keep, which ones I need to get rid of. It did also come with these mounting brackets. I don't know. They don't look flush. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see which way is easier to install, but 9 times out of 10, probably just go to kit so it's flush up against, and there ain't no gaps around the dashboard. Let's go ahead and get the mount put together and be right back. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and try it with the mounts that came. Kind of wish I didn't open that one because I do think this is gonna fit. Just kind of lining it up with the holes on the other one. I mean, these brackets go all the way down, so I don't foresee it being a problem. But let's go ahead and get it installed, see if it fit, plug everything up. All right, so I ran out of daylight, but I did get everything installed. The CarPlay does work. The mounts that it came with does fit. I still might switch to the other mounts because you see how these mounts got that little gap. So it's a small gap that you can notice when you put the dad back in. But everything is mounted up, everything working good. I ran the CarPlay cord through the little hole right there that USB-C fit perfectly through, and then can mount up right here. And then I'm running my microphone, but again, I ran out of daylight, so probably what I'm gonna try to do is drop it back behind the dash over there and bring it out the side over here, this fuse box, and then run it up back through there to up here somewhere. But yeah, that's it. So double DIN radio install on the 06 Cat-Eye Silverado. Should be the same for all models between 99 to 06 and the 07 Classic. Let me know what y'all think. What mod should I do next?